Alrighty. Good morning, everyone. 8 a.m. Great to see everybody, almost everybody in the house. Jag, very warm welcome. Kiran, Simran, Tom, Viraj, wonderful to have you guys on. Alika is not going to be on. And Emma and I think we're just waiting. Emma and Charlene. Charlene mentioned she's at the airport, and Simran seems to have her connection because she's dropped on and off a few times. So we are going to kick off. So one thing for those of you not on the Jan challenge, we have introduced is we kick off with a gratitude round, and we're going to do a gratitude fire round. And unlike what we did last week, guys, we're just going to go around and have everybody share one thing that you're grateful for. So one thing you're grateful for, really fast, really punchy, and we're going to go around the whole team. So the whole group kicks off being really present to how abundant and wealthy you are. Alrighty, I'm going to start with our Australian member and then take it around from there. So if you guys are not sharing, please mute yourselves. And Kiran, kick off. One thing you're grateful for, short and punchy.
I'm grateful for the abundance of blessings that my childhood saint has come to Adelaide this week, and we've had a blessing ceremony in my house, which happened to be a wonderful week for me too, because it's my partner's birthday, husband's birthday, not partner anymore, husband's birthday. So yeah, so really, really grateful and blessed.
Thank you very much. Who's next? Just unmute yourself and yell out.
Tom here. Morning, everybody. So what am I grateful for? I'm grateful for my faith today. I'm grateful for my faith. It's been an up and down week, and my faith has definitely been something that really supported me this week. And I'm just grateful that I'm connected to God, and it's something that supports me so much in my life. So, and I rarely get present to being grateful for that. So that's what I'm doing this morning. Thank you.
Who's next? Thank you, Tom.
I'll go to Claire.
Go for Claire.
I'm really grateful for my health. John's dad is in hospital right now with quite severe health complications, and I went in the hospital yesterday, and I just thought, oh my God, I'm just so blessed. I'm on this journey of sugar-free, healthy eating, meditation. I just feel like I'm so blessed.
Thank you. And we'd love to have you and Jag have your cameras on so we can actually see you guys. Thanks, Claire, for sharing that. Who's next, please?
I'll go. I am grateful for opportunities appearing from things that were planted a while ago that are now starting to show up. And I think it demonstrates the value of if you have an intention and you plant a seed and you just water it and you're patient, it starts to bear fruit.
Great. Thank you, Viraj. Simran, Jag, what's next? Or who's next, sorry. What are you grateful for?
Hi, Jag. Sorry, I'm just getting changed at the same time. We're just going to a family function, so I'm all over the place. What I'm grateful for is friends, family, having an amazing tribe around me who I can keep on being supported by and being a contribution back to them. Princess, obviously, she's always making me be the best version of myself. Yeah, that's it pretty much. In a nutshell.
Thank you. And Simran, what are you grateful for, dialing in from India?
I am grateful for the beautiful sunshine, for my amazing morning walk, and that I have people in my life who are always looking at how can I expand.
That's so great. And I am grateful for Ronnie this morning. We had Kanea super wired and awake till about 2:33 a.m. yesterday. And I was in two places, in between two places for most of that time. We jumped into bed later than we did by 10. I'm usually in bed much earlier, or have been in the last month. And he just was, something or the other was always there. I need to go to the toilet, something's in my mouth, I'm hungry, give me some milk, give me some water. And there was a part of me which was like, just embrace it, allow it to come, and just be with it. It's perfect as it is. The other part of my identity was like, oh, I'm not going to get enough sleep. I'm not going to get enough sleep. And Ronnie being around just brought such calmness as well. And in fact, was saying exactly what my authentic self was saying, was reiterating it out loud in words, which is, stop fighting it, don't resist it. It is what it is. You know, let's just be here. This is where we are at 1 a.m. and then at 2 a.m. And to just have that pillar who is equally on this growth journey, resonating and saying what I am learning about really being in the moment was kind of magical. Even in the moment, my identity was like, I don't want to hear this. Stop coaching me. Do yourself a favor and just like stop talking. Was just like the identity's attack, which it does. This morning, I did apologize and really acknowledge him for, well, yet to acknowledge him, but he's meditating right here. For just being that inner voice that I needed to hear in that moment when there was just stress and breakdown showing up. All right, guys, thank you very much. Gratitude is the mother of all values, as Jay Shetty says, and kicking off with that is just a powerful space to stand in. Now, Amir was supposed to be on, and I had requested for him to be on even just for the first 10 minutes so we can actually complete, but he's not on, so we're going to move on. Charlene sent a message saying her Zoom app is loading. Sorry, so she's going to be on shortly. So we're going to kick off with having one of you guys generate the purpose and intentions of what it is to be a FITBANKER coach. So you guys keep it alive and present in terms of what it is you stand for and who it is you guys are being. I'm going to share my screen. Let me know while I'm setting that up. Let me know which one of you would love to jump in and generate it. Go for it.
Simran.
Go for it, Simran.
Okay, so welcome to life. Objective. Through being a FITBANKER coach, I will be someone who upholds my own relationship to food, exercise, and myself, understands the real role of my body, mind, and intellect, leverage
Oh, I think we've lost Simran's connection there. Unless it's just on my end. Can you guys hear her?
leader and a go-to person in my community. Social media is now filled with positive, healthy, and inspiring content. The world and the lives around me are now inspired and choose to start living life.
Excellent. So I'd love to hear from one or two of you guys. What do you get present to when you hear that? Or what are you present to both in terms of what's showing up or what's not present there in terms of your living moment?
Sorry, hi.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I was gonna say what's present for me has been the fact that it hasn't been present, that I need to be responsible for what I'm eating and things like that recently. And so especially like recently we've been doing a lot around our word, you know, who we say we're being, you know, but our word is who we're actually being. And I just see how I've not been doing that in my health. Like I have been slacking, I have been, you know, letting things slip in and just saying I haven't got time, I'll just eat this. And like, yeah, kind of like redid, like I said yesterday, okay, I'm gonna sort my sleep out and I'm gonna start having green smoothie in the morning. And like, you know, kind of like, it is just, in order to be a demonstration, obviously you have to be doing it as well. And it's not a have, but just my commitment to, I just kind of like got that last night, how that wasn't present. And so I'm back on the wagon, got off the wagon and back on again, if that makes sense. But yeah, hearing Simran read that was really powerful actually, because I think it's good to have that present. I don't keep that present in front of me. So.
Great, thanks, Jag. And it's great that you're back on the wagon. And most of us, majority of us, fall on and off. Question for you is, when you're off the wagon, what is the thought process that stops you from fulfilling and living a life where your health is your P1? What are the everyday reasons?
Yeah, the everyday reasons I haven't. It's not even time sometimes. Sometimes it is just, you know, just laziness really. Just like, oh, you know what, I can't be asked to do it today. I've got so many other things to do. And I just let other things become more important. Which aren't. But like for the reason that kind of like those thoughts end up taking over instead.
And what's
But
your
that's
greater
because
why for being healthy, Jag?
yeah, princess. You know, and the thing is, I'm not keeping that present. Like I think I'm doing everything for her, really. But
Yeah.
then you get bits of it because I'm not keeping the present. How it impacts me overall in the long term. I'm just looking at short-term benefits, if that makes sense, and that's
Yeah.
what's not working. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I can relate to that completely. Over summer, or maybe before we got pregnant, um, I became infrequent in making the green smoothies every morning. And the minute I got pregnant, it just become like a daily religious routine again, like it always has been. But I really got that when I play just for myself. When today's all about this conversation, when I play just for Ambika, and of course there'll be Ronnie and Kanea who'll come along, but the focus more is on me, my time, my energy, my effort. It's such a small game that it's easy, so easy to miss it. The minute I'm pregnant, I know that I've got to nurture this fetus in its best and healthiest way. That not making a smoothie, even if I'm running for a 7 a.m. train because I'm hosting an event at 8 at work, the morning smoothie gets made. It's like an unmessable stand for the life of the soul coming into our existence. And so that is such a brilliant example that you've just given, which is why we need to keep the greater why present. And this is where the buddies conversation becomes even more integral, and we're going to circle back to that at the end. Thanks a lot, Jag. I know I asked two of you to share, so let's hear one other person share. What do you get present to when you hear this be generated?
Simran,
Go for it, Simran.
Amrati. So, what was really present for me when I was generating this document, which was very separate to the one I did last time, the thing that was present for me was transforming lives. Whatever that I'm doing, whatever that I'm going to do, whatever that it is all about having people live a life that they want to live and transforming. So it's so inspiring that that's what. So it's not for me. It's not for just being healthy. It's not just for doing X, Y, Z exercise, or for me. It generally starts to be, oh, I have to join this. Today, when I was generating that, like generating the purpose, what was really present for me is all about, and it's just liberating when it is about people. It is about having them live a life, having them be free in the area of their health. So yeah, that is what was present.
Thanks, Simran. There's something about today that everything everybody's sharing, from Tom sharing faith, Claire sharing her dad, your share, that I'm just getting moved to tears by what everybody's saying. So I think you guys are being already such an amazing contribution. All right, thank you guys. We are gonna
Or
and
it might just be the mood swing with pregnancy.
or it could be that or the sleep deprivation. But there is a lot of emotions here. All right, we have Amir on. Amir, you are completing the Fit Banker Coach's Body journey for now. And I want to kick off with just an acknowledgement for you to be a big fat yes to take on coaching, to be a contribution. Now, Amir just officially joined the WhatsApp group last summer, guys, but who Amir has always been and continues to be a partner with the FITBANKER movement and mission and community for the longest time ever. This guy's been doing treks with us since 2017. He's a killer stand for people's health and getting people to get on the challenges, to come on the treks, to go and demand Kilimanjaro, to constantly explore. And so, Amir, I'm clear that while you're completing on this particular agreement, because of all the other commitments you currently have, your partnership, your leadership, and who your stand is for humanity will always be something that will be a golden resource for us. And I just want to thank you for being a part of this body, choosing to powerfully complete, and continue to be in our space as one of our most strongest pillars. Thank you so much for your contribution. Over to you. Anything you want to say to complete?
Before that, I am a request that Amir please join on video.
Um, okay. Hey, good morning.
Hi, buddy.
Hey, you. Look at you. Sunny, 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 huh? Okay, so just to be responsible, I'm walking to Landmark and I'm going to be outside talking, so there may be a little bit of noise outside, okay? So, okay, see you. What I want to say is that when I was really confronted to complete, because it was like a conversation of failure for me. Like I performed I was supposed to do, and I came on the call, and when I came on the call that day, it was just present. I think it was just weekend. The not else me, and nothing about me.
Hi, Amir. Sorry, we've lost your connection there briefly. I didn't hear anything. I couldn't get much after failure. Like when you were considering completion or the greatest failure. It actually might be easier to have the video off from a connectivity perspective.
Well, it's okay now. I think
we can hear you fine now. Yeah, go for it.
So it was like, completing. As I looked at it, I was dealing with, I failed. I'm a failure. And then we had just completed a program at Landmark that week, the weekend before, which was, and one of the conversations is that where the failure is in action, in performance, not you. I can never fail as a human being. So that really gave me freedom. When I came on, just purely from a workability point of view, like right now with everything there is going on, it just didn't work for me to coach. And then Ambika, being the evil human being that she is, like she enrolls me on, well, she doesn't enroll me, but she organizes orientation to the wisdom course, right? And I sign up to a year-long program. Like it cost £2,400. It's all across the world, and it was literally two things that got me in. One was like I've been winning or not winning forever as a human being, right? But what I really, really lacked behind is creating team, having the people in my life authentically win what they want to win in rather than what I think they should win in. Now I have my stand in terms of like fitness and what is made available to me, not from being better, just knowing like the sciences of certain things. So like, as I say goodbye to this, like this right now, I'm really clear that I'm going to be back because I'm not running away from a conversation right now called I can't do team. I know I wasn't born in it, like I wasn't, well, actually, I didn't, as I grew up, it wasn't like teamwork was the essential cornerstone of my life. It was just me and my survival. And it's something to discover, something to break through with, and really discover it on the court because the team probably at every single time, it looks very different. Different people bring different things, different elements. I'm very clear that human beings are unique individuals and you've got to allow for that uniqueness. So team is discovery, and I'll be back. And it's my friend Munir who's just doing the Landmark Forum Ambika. Remember Munir? This is Ronak's wife. I don't think I've ever met. Ronak is the guy who lives in the introduction in the office. He's doing it after 5.5 years, Ambika.
Great. Well, thank you so much, Amir, and hi, Munir, and love you as always, and thank you for jumping on the call, Amir. Big hugs and lots of love to you.
I think I apologize to Ambika. I know I was supposed to make it up in the morning. Message me and make some time in between the call already that you've got. So thank you guys. Thank you, coaches, everyone. Emma, especially, you write too many messages. That's my opinion, but your unrelenting stand. I love your like enthusiasm and your version of it.
Thanks, Amir. And feel free to jump off if you need to. And we're going to kick off with the rest of the session. Thanks a ton. Big hugs. All right, guys. So today's context and the theme for this call and training today is belonging. In our journeys of ongoing evolution, our body, mind, and soul, our body ultimately ends, but our soul is eternal. And what I'd love for us to master over these 12 sessions, these leadership calls that happen over the 12 months, in addition to the coaching calls that will happen around challenges, is for everyone to master the art of living a created life, a very different space to stand in, where life is just happening to us. It's a new space to stand in and come from, which is grounded in the concept and distinction that most of us have never quite experienced, because we're always standing in a world of survival, which exists in the notion of I, rather than the notion of collective, rather than getting that we are all rays of the same sun emanating from the same source, and we're just the same rays of sunshine. We each carry the sunshine with us. And yet we have it that, the sun's not out every day, but the sun is out every day. It's just the clouds cover it from time to time. In this instance, the clouds in our lives are that identity we've created that have us believe we are an individual. And when we stand in life as an individual, it's a very bankrupt space to stand in. So we know we're a part of all of it, and yet almost always we live like we're not. Why do you think that is? I'd love to hear some of you unmute and share. We know conceptually, we've heard this before, that we're a part of all of it, yet we live like we're not. Why?
Dee, I don't think I'm very clear with the question. Can you repeat that?
Yeah. So we have access to everything currently that we ever need. Yet we live like we're in a cage, like we're not there yet. We've heard conceptually that we are part of a universe, we are one with everything else out there. Yet we don't actually live that way on a day-to-day basis. Why do you think that is? What stops us from living into life from that perspective?
But,
Or what stops you from living life from that perspective?
can you hear me? Hello?
Yep, I can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, so I was saying that I have a view of life, like how it occurs to me. It doesn't occur to me that I am one.
Yeah.
For me, it is surviving. I have to save myself because there is nobody else coming to save the day.
Yeah. Brilliant. Thank you, Simran.
Yeah. So hence,
Who else? You know you're a part of all of it, and yet you live like you're not. Why?
For
Hi, it's
me,
Claire. Oh, sorry, go for it.
you go, Claire.
Yeah, mine is all around time. I did this actually this week at my seminar, and I just saw that everything is the conversation. Well, it doesn't fit my schedule, so I can't do it. So no. And it's like it just occurs to me about the doing, not the being.
Okay.
And then until I stop back to the being, I shift it.
Got it. Thanks, Claire. Tom?
Yeah, for me, it's what gets in the way for me is some kind of internal conversation, some dialogue that I keep entertaining where, I'm not connected with people, or I'm scared, or I have judgments, opinions, and all of that just separates me from what you said, which I also know is that I am one and I am connected to everyone, but it just doesn't occur that way because I'm entertaining this kind of conversation going on. That cloud, perhaps, that you talked about, I'm entertaining that and not catching myself and bringing myself back to just real, authentic connection and love with human beings.
Brilliant. So everything that every one of you said is right, right? Consider we live this way, like we've created a cave around ourselves because it's safer to be that way. Because we get to be right and we get to make others in the universe wrong. And inherently in that mindset, there's already a disconnect. So, my next question, therefore, is what needs to happen before you feel like you belong? What needs to happen before you feel like you can belong? Simran, did you unmute?
Yeah, I then went into whether the answer is right or wrong.
Yeah, I saw that. I
But
saw the unmute and mute happen very quickly. Go for it.
so what I can what can you ask the question again, please?
Yeah, what needs to happen before you feel like you belong?
I, I don't know if this is what needs to happen, but what I think is that if I get that there is nowhere to get to and it's whole perfect and complete, and when I am with that, then then it doesn't have to be about where I am. I can let it be about everything else,
Great.
and hence I will be one.
Thank you. One other person. What needs to happen before you feel like you belong?
Hi, Ambi.
Hey, Jack, go for it.
I don't actually know. I don't actually know how to answer this question. It's really mind-boggling quite a bit, actually, because there is always this trying to get somewhere, and even you don't even know what this question. We don't. But the thing is, like you said, we create this cave, right, which we keep on making slightly bigger slowly as we grow and develop. But ultimately, like we are playing a really small game. I'm really, really present to that, but I don't actually know the answer to what we need to do to grow that. But I am really present to the fact that like it's still such a small game. It's still such a small like how I'm relating to myself. It's still very limited.
Thanks, Jag.
Just to add to that, I think it's about getting that from within, but we're looking outwardly to find that moment where we feel like we belong or there's an acknowledgement or a big breakthrough. But actually, you've just got to feel it from within because only you can give that to yourself.
Great. Thanks, Viraj. So from what I'm hearing from all of you, and generally from the response to this, is it really is worth an exploration. Like what would, we're present to this disconnect from this conversation today, and I hope every one of you are, which is we get something conceptually, but we don't actually live that way. We live in a cave we've created for ourselves, which is grounded in the I versus in the collective, and that I am a community. So there is that disconnect. And then there is this exploration of, if I know that, yet I don't live that, then why don't I live that way? And what needs to happen for me to belong? And so that's an exploration and inquiry that's really worth delving into. And I'm going to put you guys in a breakout rooms. And the exercise I'd love for you guys to do and take on is there's two parts to it. So the first one is, where in life would you like to create partnerships? So the question is, where in life would you like to create partnerships? I'm going to split you guys into breakout rooms. And how many are you? There's 6. So let's do 3. All right. And I'll give you guys, or I'll give you guys 3 minutes. So literally 30 seconds per person. Where in life would you like to create partnerships? Go for it. Charlene, you've got to accept the breakout room and get into Viraj's breakout room, please. Charlene, can you hear us? You've got to get into the breakout room that's been assigned. Viraj is waiting solo for you. Viraj, did Charlene join on your end?
No.
Oh, all right. Where would you like to create a partnership?
Oh, good question. I suppose in terms of my business, just helping with, just scale, another perspective, different ideas, different energy to bounce off.
Okay, great. What's so odd is it's showing me that she's in breakout room with you now. She did get delayed in getting on. Not now, as in like when you guys were still on, but I'm surprised you didn't see her there. There's about a minute and a half where she was on there. Anyways, everybody's going to be joining back in 6 seconds.
Cool.
Okay, got it. In your business. Thank you for sharing that.
Have you been keeping?
Great. And we should have all people back in the room. All right, teams. Now that you're back, the next question to get you guys going on is in recognizing, and I hope everybody got to share where you like to create partnerships. The next question is, what would you like these partnerships to be for and about? And some of you may have covered this in the first part, and if you didn't, then let's delve deeper. What would you like these partnerships to be for and about? So I'm not going to put you in breakout rooms for this bit, but I'd love to hear from two of you share your response to this. What would you like these partnerships be to and about?
I'm happy to share. It's Claire.
Go for Claire.
Yeah, for me, it's definitely about creating change and like transformation out in the world. I literally started that already on a small level. I've got now 2 business partners, there's 3 of us, and we just had like an amazing meeting this week with 2 women who are ex-Landmark, and they're amazing, and they're playing this massive game about creating a non-binary world by 2030. So where everyone has got on for who they are and not for like their gender or their sexuality or their age or race. So they're creating this amazing. So yeah, I just feel like it's about creating a world where everyone wins their game and is gotten.
Thank you, Claire. And I just want to offer Viraj something as well. And many of you, as you would have shared. So Viraj shared he'd like to create partnerships in his business. And in this conversation and the conversations to come, I'd love for you guys to think beyond your life, beyond your business, your finances, your relationships, your everyday existence, right? Like, what does social transformation out there in the world look like? What sort of partnerships get created in that wider conversation where you come out of the cave and it's not me and my existence, it's humanity at stake. How do you start to then get access to all of it, which is where the inquiry originated from, is therefore where the partnerships will then start being built around. All right. One other person.
Hi, me again. I'm sharing a lot this morning,
go
I think. If you look at, okay, so
let me just repeat the question, which is, what would you like partnerships to be,
Yeah.
for, and about?
Yeah, so in regards to like the bigger picture in humanity, like it's just realizing that it literally takes one person to like make a difference in each family, right? Like it just takes that one person to start, get the ball rolling, create a ripple effect, and in that regards, I'd be looking for other people who are on the same, like who want the same thing, who are also looking to transform families. And predominantly, what we're trying to do is create a the next generation to be free from that young where there's those conversations that we occurring with like. So I'm looking for partnerships in that area. So like people who also want to make a difference, and whether that's through landmarks, whether that's through creating events. So like I guess in a way, sort of working with Gerd and you at the moment. So that's the form. I guess is that an example of partnership, that sort of thing.
So it is. So it's playing for transformed families. What I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. And the how, so much so, is not what I want you guys to get caught up in. That is again the I doing more of what it does, which just keeps us playing trap, because it's like I don't have the roadmap, and we're not looking for a roadmap yet. Right now we're looking for really what is your access to all of it. Keep standing at that inquiry. What really is worth exploring, what's really worth delving into and inquiring into, is what I'd love for you guys to start planting and seeding and having conversations around. All right, switching gears from this. Want to go into your buddies check-in. Who here has not connected with their assigned buddy yet in the last month, between our last call and this call? All right, we got Tom. Who else?
I'm not sure who my buddy is. Do I have one?
All right, Jag. Simran, is that you saying
Yeah,
yes?
I said I don't need
Oh, we've lost
if
you.
I have a buddy.
Okay, great. So that's great, right? So that's another access to getting present to where we're so in caves that we're not even present to conversations. So after our first Jan call, what we did was we assigned you all to buddies mid-January, which was the accountability buddy. Jag, your buddy is Claire, right? And so Claire, if Jag doesn't know you're a buddy, I presume that you haven't connected with your buddy either. Simran, sorry, go for it, Jag.
I was going to say, she did connect with me, just saying, oh, what are your health goals? So I'm guessing that sort of stemmed from that. There was like one text regarding that. So maybe that's where that came from then.
Got it. Simran, likewise, Emma's your buddy. Tom, Kiran is your buddy. So I'm just going to, so Emma, Simran, Tom, Kiran, Claire, Jag, Jesse, Olika, Pri, Viraj, and Amir, Charlene. So Charlene, we're going to have you buddy up and become a trio with one of the existing groups, given Amir has completed. And this is perfect, right? Because this is a brilliant example of where our identities are so hell-bent on doing life solo, doing life as an I. We get all the structures and support around us from the universe to really help us enable and empower and keep our games alive. And yet there's just conversations go out of existence. And that's the beauty. There's nothing wrong or bad here, but it's really getting present to how we have abundance of partnerships that are currently out there, either knocking on our door or that we are a part of, but we don't see them that way. And most of us live life like, I've got to figure this out myself. And so the buddies, accountability buddies, you guys each are accountable for your buddy's success. And in playing for your buddy's success, whatever their goals are for this year, starting with health being primary focus, you get to live your own game at its best. All right, so let's get those buddies activated so that you guys are playing all out. And the final piece is this conversation around attendance on the call. So it was a great conversation with Olika. We had multiple separate conversations, or rather audio message exchanges. And Ronnie and I delved into this, and I get her circumstances right now and where she's at with launching a new business and it occurring like it is where it is, and her having to show up at the event is vital and critical for her networking and getting her brand out there. And likewise, there will be opportunities where every single one of you, every single one of us has those last minute things show up. And yet there is power when we honor our word with existing agreements. And so what we've created is, over the course of the year, There may be these kind of exceptions that show up, right? At the end of the day, you are the leader who you are accountable to. You are the one who's accountable to your relationship, to your word. And it's your choice whether you get to then honor that and show up or not. From our end, we're putting in place, if coaches miss 3 calls over the course of the year, then we're going to request you step off of the body, because then you don't get to actually be contributed to and be part of the leadership training. And Jesse and Pri, you guys are in time zones that it doesn't work for you to be on from a health and well-being perspective, and so we're going to just honor that and share the recordings with you. But putting that in place going forward, more than 3 calls missed, then it will be a conversation to consider whether it makes sense for you to continue to be part of the coach's body or not. And I'm conscious we're 1 minute over, but I wanted to hear your thoughts on that and any input, feedback, or brainstorming you guys had, or contribution on that structure.
Okay, I'll go. Because I'm glad that you've had that leeway, because after seeing the exchange with Olika, I in fact got very concerned. Firstly, it was sad to see that happening, and secondly, for me, having to work Monday to Friday, the only day that you get a break day is a Saturday. And I'm usually available the morning and afternoon. And when people get together, when families meet, it's always during dinner time. And dinner time in Australia is exactly at this time, at 6:30 to 7:30. So that's where I'm like, I was very comfortable with the Friday call initially. And when Emma joined, it went on to Saturday. So yeah, there's going to be times that I'm going to miss, but at this point in time, I'm not fully focused, because I know I've got a sermon that's going on the temple, and I'm missing that. And this guy he comes here 1 year once, but yet I am present on this call. So things like that, I'm in 2 places now. If you can come into my world, like I've been serving him. He's someone so important to me, like a guru, and he's giving his lecture in the Gurdwara, and I'm not even there. So 7. So it's only going to be the timing that's going to be the trouble with me. But 3, I'm happy with that. I will adhere to the coaches agreement. At least if I miss 1 or 2, at least that's that leeway. So thank you for that.
Great, thanks, Kieran. And I completely get the timing and what it takes for you to actually be on, and particularly today with such a big annual event going on. Thanks a lot. Anybody else on any input, thoughts, or contribution on that? No? Okay. Well, guys, we are 3 minutes over. Thanks a ton for your participation. Really appreciate it. Have a phenomenal week ahead. Keep standing in the inquiry of what will have you get access to all of it, and what holds you back from feeling like you belong. And where do you want to start creating partnerships which go beyond the I, beyond your business, finances, relationships? Like really, if you're thinking of social transformation out there in the world, then what are the conversations you need to step up and step into? All right. Big hugs. Love you guys. Thanks for being on. Bye.
Bye.